Welcome students. Welcome to my fourth lecture. I am Roxana Parvin, lecturer, Department of Civil Engineering, World University of Bangladesh. Today we will perform a mathematical problem of a circular cation. A figure of cation has shown in the next slide. From that figure we have to solve this problem. Now let's see the question. Will the cation shown in figure be self-sinking? That means, will the cation be sinking for its own weight? If not, then we have to determine A. The required amount of ballast. That means we have to determine the amount of extra weight of concrete or ballast so that the cation sinks. B. The thickness for self-sinking. That means what will be the new thickness if we add ballast. Also check the sufficiency against bearing capacity failure. Use factor of safety equal to 3. This is the figure of cation of the same question. Here, the outside diameter of the cation is 5 meter and inside diameter is 4 meter. The depth of cation below the water is 15 feet. The properties of soil are also attached with figure. The all thickness of cation is 0.5 meter. First, we need to calculate the submerged weight of cation. Volume of concrete equal to pi by 4 into total dia square minus internal dia square into height. As we know, the volume of a circle is area into height. And area of circle is pi by 4 d square. Here, total diameter equal to 5 meter, internal diameter equal to 4 meter, and height of cation below water is 15 meter. Finally, volume of concrete equal to 105.9 meter cube. Take unit weight of concrete gamma C equal to 24 kilonewton per meter cube. Now, submerged unit weight of concrete equal to unit weight of concrete minus unit weight of water. So, submerged weight of cation equal to volume of concrete into unit weight of concrete equal to 105.9 into 14.2 kilonewton. Finally, submerged weight of cation equal to 1503.78 kilonewton. Then we need to calculate skin friction resistance. Unit skin friction for clay layer Fs1 equal to alpha C. For sand layer Fs2 equal to Kq10 del. K equal to frictional coefficient, where K may be taken as K0 equal to 1 minus sin phi and del equal to twice third phi. For clay layer, surface area S1 equal to pi dl, where d equal to total dia equal to 5 meter, L equal to depth of clay layer equal to 5 meter. Surface area S equal to 78.54 meter square. Total skin friction in clay layer equal to Fs1 into S1 equal to alpha C into S1. Assume alpha equal to 0.45 and C equal to 40 kilonewton per meter square given. Replacing all values in equation we get surface friction equal to 1413.72 kilonewton. For sand layer skin friction resistance, K0 equal to 1 minus sin phi, In sand layer, phi equal to 28 degree. So K naught equal to 0.53. P1 equal to K naught gamma 1 prime into H1 for clay layer. Here K naught equal to 0.53, gamma 1 prime equal to gamma set minus gamma W, H1 equal to height of clay layer equal to 5 meter. Finally, P1 equal to 21.73 kilonewton per meter square. P2 equal to P1 plus K naught into gamma 2 prime into H2 for sand layer. P1 equal to 21.73, K naught equal to 0.53, gamma 2 prime equal to gamma set minus gamma W, H2 equal to height of sand layer equal to 5 meter. Finally, P2 equal to 40.18 kilonewton per meter square. This is a pressure diagram of sand layer. Here 5 meter equal to clay layer, 5 meter equal to sand layer. This diagram is parallelogram, and from here we have to calculate resultant force F. F equal to half into sum of two parallel sides into distance between them. F equal to half into 21.73 plus 40.18 into 1 meter. Here 21.73 and 40.18 kilonewton per meter square are two sides of parallel, and 1 meter considering unit distance to convert the force in kilonewton per meter. Finally, F equal to 31.27 kilonewton per meter. Now total surface friction in sand layer equal to pi d F 10 del. Here d equal to diapplication equal to 5 meter, del equal to twice that phi, said in slide 6. Replacing all values in equation, we get total surface friction in sand layer equal to 178.78 kilonewton. Total frictional resistance equal to 1413.72 plus 178.78. Here 1413.72 equal to frictional resistance of clay layer and 178.78 equal to frictional resistance of sand layer. Finally, total friction resistance equal to 1592.48 kilonewton, which is greater than self weight of cation equal to 1503.78 kilonewton. So the cation will not be self-sinking, as the resistance force is greater than its weight. Amount of ballast required equal to 1592.48 minus 1503.78 equal to 88.7 kilonewton. To sink the cation, we need to add additional load so that weight of cation becomes equal to the frictional resistance. Required thickness of wall for self-sinking. Weight of cation equal to volume of concrete into unit weight of concrete. Weight of cation equal to 1592.48 kilonewton as shown in slide 9. Pi by 4 total di square minus internal di square equal to pi by 4 into 5 square minus di square. We have to calculate internal dia di. Total height of cation equal to 15 meter. Submerged unit weight of cation equal to unit weight of cation material minus unit weight of water. So finally di stands 3.94 meter. Required wall thickness of cation equal to outer dia minus inner dia divided 2 for both sides equal to 0.53 meter. Check for bearing capacity. Allowable load equal to A into Q ultimate divided factor of safety. A equal to area of caisson side wall equal to pi by 4 into 5 square minus 3.94 square. Here 5 equal to outer dia, 3.94 equal to internal dia. Finally A equal to 7.44 meter square. Now ultimate bearing capacity Q ultimate equal to CNC plus QNQ plus half B gamma N gamma S gamma. Here from chart of bearing capacity factor for phi equal to 30 degree. C equal to 0, NQ equal to 22.5, N gamma equal to 19.7 and S gamma equal to 0.6. Reference Foundation Engineering book by BM Dash. Q equal to 18 minus 9.8 into 5 plus 17 minus 9.8 into 5 equal to 76.9 kilonewton per meter square. Replacing all values in equation, we get Q ultimate equal to 2002 kilonewton per meter square. Allowable load equal to A into Q ultimate divided factor of safety equal to 7.44 into 2002 divided 3. Finally, allowable load equal to 4964.96 kilonewton, which is greater than 1592.48 kilonewton. As this value is greater than total frictional resistance, so it is okay. And this is the end of our today's lecture. Thank you everyone.